Hey guys, welcome to Skylent Games. Normally we do games, but today is kind of special. My name is Skylent, obviously, and today we're going to be looking at Piskel, a pixel creation tool. Now, this is a browser-based application. However, you can actually download an offline version, and I just want to say that either version is fully functional and amazing. The only thing probably the downside to the browser-based version is the fact that it doesn't auto-save, automatically. Like if your browser crashes or if you accidentally close out, then yeah, I mean, your work is ruined and not saved. I mean, you can easily save it. I'm just saying it doesn't automatically do that. Still, it's completely amazing. Okay, now I actually showcased this in my Maker Monday series back when I used to do that. In that particular episode, I was learning how to do pixel art, and I ended up finding that using Piskel is the easiest way to get your hands on some pixels. Well, actually, making the art. And pretty much, yeah, just type in Piskel in Google, you're gonna find it first thing, or go to piskelapp.com. And it's going to bring you right to here. I suggest, yeah, using the browser-based, application is really good. Now let's go read the front page here, and I'm going to kind of explain exactly what you can do with this software. Now you can see real simple here. You got a little Mega Man that somebody made. Get a little GIF here, and yes, you can make GIFs. It's very easy to actually see and preview your GIFs as you make them. So it's really good for learning. As you can see here, really freaking amazing. Now I made an isometric dog. I don't have that on my computer right now, but I did make it. It was pretty fun. Now you can actually export to GIF. You can actually just straight up export the GIF. You don't have to download it and then use it in a game making software or something like that. No, you just export it as a GIF. Looks really freaking great. And also they have really awesome resizing features. So if you want to make it look really good in HD, you can do that. Unlike if you try to make it in Game Maker. So yeah, you can actually save to your browser or, save it to your computer, which is awesome. It says it's open source, so I'd like to see what they do with this later on. And like I said, offline versions are there. Pixel art and animated sprites. Now, this tool is actually really freaking flexible for being a pixel art application. Let's go ahead, clickety-clack, create sprite. Now the default is going to be 32 by 32, and with this I've actually made a lot of faces, as you can see here, and also in my previous videos I've been starting to use more faces, starting to kind of get the hang of making some pixel art. I've also made some faces for some friends, some clients, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about learning more about pixel art, getting a little bit more intricate. And the first thing that I want to say with this program is that you can actually, it's not limited to 32 by 32 or 16, or 8 by 8. You can actually resize. So you can resize everything with 32 by 32 or significantly bigger. You can even import images and draw over them, which is probably going to be really good if you want to try to draw your face, or just try to learn how to do pixel art and realize that you don't just directly trace over things and it doesn't quite work like that. Like it's truly its own unique art style. That's how I learned, at least. So yeah, you can completely resize. Also, if I do make this 32 by 32, whenever you are exporting, so if I were to go to export, you can actually see here, there's a scale. So it's going to scale it 32 times. So 32 by 32, and then by 32, the resolution. So it's going to be real clear and crisp if you want to upload it to the internet, like I have used for my avatar in my videos. You saw that it looks really clean and crisp. It doesn't look like a blown up 32 by 32 avatar. It looks actually genuinely very clean. And also you can, you just use it for your games and stuff. So here we go. Let's actually go through some of the tools that we can use here. Now, whenever I'm making something, and we are going to live make something, let's make a knight, I guess, because that's pretty easy to use and translate into. So we're going to get the full thing here. We're going to be using the 32 by 32 canvas, and I like to kind of map this out. Oh, let's hold Shift so that we can mirror this. Oops, Control Z. All your shortcuts do work in this. Pretty fantastic. And I like to just kind of do this so I can see the middle, exactly, and keep everything balanced and such. I like to use bright green. We're going to make a knight here, but we have paint bucket tools. We have the vertical mirror tool, which I just used if you want to make a sort of mirror image, which you're going to want to do kind of with pixels, because even though it's pixels, like if one pixel is off, it's a big portion of your object, of your character, and you want to have things as symmetrical as possible. It depends on your art style, of course, but generally, you got to be really meticulous with your pixels because you're drawing literally pixel by pixel. That's the art of pixel art. Let's see, paint all pixels of the same color. So we have paint bucket tools, we got our eraser tool, we have our stroke tool so we can actually make diagonals, which is really big. Okay, so making diagonals is generally very hard with pixel art. It's kind of like how do you choose whenever it's just 1 square to 2 square? They don't have a curve tool, do they? Oh, they do have a circle tool. So that is elliptical. Here's the circle tool. So you can make circles. So I guess that kind of helps. And if you wanted to make like an arc, then you just erase half of it. So yeah, I was actually doing some bridges earlier, and actually doing that probably would have helped a significant amount. So yeah, anyway, so you can do a lot with this. And basic tools here, true. Shape selection tool, rectangle selection, lasso selection, dithering tool. So I think there's a couple of tools that I would like to see on this. I would like to see a gradient paint bucket or something like that. Whenever I was using a Minecraft character creator, they actually had it to where you could gradient colors, and I don't think that feature is in here. I have not seen that at all, so that's one thing that could be implemented with colors specifically. Also, the color palettes is kind of limited, but this is just right here. This is the color palette for just like its memory. It's just like based on what you have recently done. So if I choose blue this time, then it's going to remember blue. However, you do have your color palettes over here, which you can custom create, and you can even import them from files. So, you know, that's not too much to worry about. It's just, if you're just doing it freehand and just picking colors, it's easy to get lost and forget some colors. And yeah, but then again, you have the color picker. So that's why that's there. Overall, though, I think it's just missing a gradient tool. Then again, there's a lighten tool. So if I wanted to, I could lighten this up just a little bit, lighten that up just a little bit. Kind of works like that. Shift, apply, darken. Oh, you can also darken, but it doesn't like change color too much. I don't know. It's still very decent, and I think overall it's basically all you need. Okay, so let's start making something. We've showed off the basic stuffs. We have clone tool over here. We have transform. We can rotate things clockwise and stuffs, and there's also layers. And we will talk about the GIF stuff, but we're not going to show that off because then we have to add frames. So as you can see, super easy. Add frame, clickety clack. You can preview your little GIF or GIF. You can also change the FPS. It limits to 24 though. That might be an issue for some people, but I think most people, even if a game is 60 FPS, will limit their frames to 24 FPS. It depends though. This could be a limitation that you can't get over, and you're gonna have to work with another tool. But for almost every, like 90% of people, or 99 maybe, 24 FPS is gonna be good. Okay, so yeah, let's make some stuff. Let's make a knight. Now I haven't done this. We might even just speed through this, but yeah, I'm just gonna draw something freehand. Let's see if it works out here. Okay, let's get our circle tool. Let's try to make the helmet. I have no idea what kind of character I want to make here. Oh yeah, we got to try to get it in the middle. Okay, maybe like a big head. Let's give him a big head. Let's do that. Okay, so what kind of holes? I'm thinking like 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Kind of like a fencing mask almost. I think this is kind of interesting of a design, though. As you can see, it's not symmetrical up here. So maybe we have to move everything by 1, or is it still just not going to be symmetrical? It's still not going to be symmetrical. Okay, so this is an issue. We might have to lower the circle by 1, or we can, I don't know, he can just be looking down. That could just be a thing. I'll give him like a little horn. Actually, if we're going to make him facing forward, we should just be using the vertical pen tool. So give him like a little horns. Probably let's make that like a gray. Yeah, like that. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe it's a little bit intense though. Just a little bit. Not really that horny-ish. There we go. That's big and dramatic and stupid. Awesome. I love it. Okay. All right. Let's make the body. Cute little body. I've never done this design, so I'm really just doing something. I don't know. Like the little shoulders, maybe? And try to make them kind of chibi. So let's give them like a little fat legs. Okay, this is pretty bad. Let's admit it. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. We can give him like a little. Should we do a diagonal, like a little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms? Okay, this is pretty bad. Maybe if we design it like that. That's probably a little bit more tame. I can. This is understandable here. And then give him like little nubs, like a little nubs. All right. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I like that. And that's a little bit more understandable. Okay, so he's got the little horns, man. He's got a little fencing mask on. Looking good, dude, looking good. He's kind of got a box head, so that's a little bit better there. I think the horns are still too big, but whatever. We're just freestyling, man. We're just freestyling. All right, so let's get him like a little design on his chest, maybe? Like a little design here. I'm thinking that it's pretty interesting. And maybe we can do that, kind of show off like the difference between the forearm and yeah, okay. You see what I'm saying? I think you guys see what I'm saying. Anyways, cute, stupid little character. Now what color is his armor going to be? We picked a random blue, so let's make it blue. Now, I think generally in pixel art, you're not going to use too many gradients. It can get too confusing, but it does depend on your art style. So I guess this guy is going to be a purple knight. There we go. And his helmet, should his helmet be a different color? Oh wait, shouldn't he have like a, nah, I don't know. Should it be a different color? Potentially and possibly. Let's just color it purple and see how we feel about it. Oh yeah, with the paint bucket tool, so, all right, there we go. It's a cute little ninja knight thing. He definitely does look like a ninja knight, right? Okay, so, and we could probably give him a weapon, maybe. Doubt it. Let's try to make it kind of going sideways. Let's try that. So let's go with about here, and then kind of, yeah, it's kind of like one of those serpentine swords. What are they? The flamebergs. Totally pass off, is that right? Probably not. Okay, we just have to color that. Let's color this same color actually as the horns. So I'm gonna imagine that's the hilt. Get the hilt there. This might not be quite the design I want. Actually, I think I'd rather have it like that. Yeah, so let's erase this. Looking, okay, now we're getting somewhere. And then we can kind of have like the sword handle. Maybe it should be like that. And then that could be a gold sword handle. So let's go with gold. Like that. And kind of like that. It probably should be lower, honestly, but, you know, like, whatever. There we go. We got a little ninja. It's pretty bad. We could probably make this extend a little bit differently, or like that. Get the black back. And yeah, you definitely like could sit here and try to perfect this. I think that's probably better. Is it? Is that better, actually? Who freaking knows? Maybe just like that. Who freaking knows? Oh, whoops. I actually was still on the color picker. We wanted the gold. Slap it back down there. All right, so there's our ninja dude. We can maybe even have in this hand like a freaking shooting star. I just said shooting star, but I meant ninja star. But yeah, that totally happened. Now you can also change the background. Like I want to do a gray shooting star. Again, I just said shooting star. Okay, need to focus. So you can change the background so that you can kind of focus better on different colors, maybe potentially. You can also have a grid. Also, one thing that I failed to mention is right now you see there, you don't see the lines in between the pixels. I really like the clean look, but if you actually want to see the lines, you can do that. That is it in resize? It's not in resize. Hold on, it's in one of these. Oh, don't worry, guys, it's in one of these. You can do it. So it's somewhere, guys. It's somewhere. Is it grid? It's grid. Okay, so you can 4 pixel, 3 pixel. I think 1 pixel looks fine. But that's if you're going for that art style. Me, I'm going to disable the grid. Okay, so let's make a shuriken. I wonder how do you even do a pixel shuriken? Then again, that's kind of the fun of all this. I wonder, is this kind of a little bit offensive? I mean, it's a shuriken, but kind of not. Maybe if we did that, it's less offensive. And maybe potentially looks kind of cooler. Potentially. Okay, that kind of works, right? Like that. So we got a little ninja dude. I think the sword actually should probably be bigger now that I think about it. So let's actually just kind of mirror its diagonalness. Like that. It's kind of looking more like a butcher blade, but whatever. What have you? Sure, you know, that works, I guess. Kind of. Sort of. Anyway, so there's that. I think we made our knight there. Let's kind of remove this. We don't really need this anymore. And there we go. When you export it, it will export. If you export it as a GIF or whatever you have, an image, it's gonna save this as a PNG. Or actually, what can we export it as? We can export it as zip, PNG, file per frame. Oh, also you can do these as texture. I think. Hold on. You can save these as in your browser. You can save them offline as a file. You can export them as PNG, zip, or as a GIF. And also when you import something, you can import it as like a texture layer thing. I forget the exact name for that. Import, restore local. It's like, oh man, it's in Minecraft. It's like a wrap, like when a texture wraps around a 3D object, I think. Or does it work? I forget. I don't know, maybe it's a sprite sheet. Is that what it is? Is it a sprite sheet? Is that what this is? Hold on, wait. Because I'm pretty sure this doesn't work with 3D applications, but it might just be a sprite sheet. Yeah, I think you can, see, you can download as a GIF. Oh, you can get a public URL. I actually didn't know that. So you can just link it like instantaneously, like, hey, check out this thing I made. Okay, that's pretty neato. Let's see. Trying to figure out exactly what we can do in this. We can create new layers. That's, you know, neat. I guess you can have different backgrounds and stuff if you want to. Preference. It might also help you, like if you have a layer for tracing and stuff like that, you could do that. I'm trying to figure out where we can do the GIF. The GIF. I mean, not a GIF, but like actually save it as multiple layers. Oh, you can recover recent sessions. That's pretty interesting. Did not know that. Let's see. We could save this, or we could just say restore. What was my most recent? And I guess it was nothing. So you can restore recent saves. That's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, anyways, I think we went over everything. I'm just kind of fumbling around because I haven't done much with the GIFs. Not much, only one thing. So can't quite remember how I did it. Now you can download it as a sprite sheet, I believe. Because you should be able to use this with games. And I've totally imported a sprite sheet by accident. Import. So you can load a Piskel file, which is used just for Piskel. Browse images and stuff like that. So let's go ahead. Let's try that. Let's browse some images. Let's go to the desktop. What do we got? We got some faces or some images. There's some pixel art I was doing of a city, actually. Let's see. Can I? Oh, that's videos. So here's a beautiful face. So import as sprite sheet. So you can import as a sprite sheet. But how do you export as a sprite? Can you export as a sprite sheet? Because I don't actually know if you can. That might not be possible. I would figure you could. Don't actually know. I mean, I guess if you were to create multiple images. So let's say this, and then let's take this. So as you can see, the live. No, whoops. Yeah, I want to go to this one, this, do that, and then switch to this guy, and then do this. So right here, we got this wacky inflatable flailing man thing. Okay, anyways, so we have this, and you can see the live preview of it. We can do 24 FPS. We can do slower. Now, if I try to hit export with this, export sprite sheet. Okay, so if you create multiples, it exports as the sprite sheet. Yeah, okay, I got you. So it just does it automatically. But if you just have one image, you're just going to export. It's just going to be, I mean, it says sprite sheet, but it's going to just export the one image, and you can easily utilize it. So actually, can we go back? Can I restore? Okay, it's not going to restore my ninja. But anyways, so I guess that's that. Pretty much the whole program. Just kind of fumbled around with it. So we made a little face, and we can hit export. I'm going to show you. We download the PNG. It saves it, and if we open it, you can see it's a really high quality. Oh wait, it's all black because yeah, that's how it reveals. My bad. Hold on. We have to change the color. Anyways, so yeah, okay. Download as PNG. There we go. And now you can see it looking, you know, not blown up, not blurry at the edges. You don't see like some weird fading pixels or anything like that. It'll be really clean, and it's a PNG file, so you can put whatever you want behind it, edit it as clean as you want. And that's pretty much it. It's a really simple, pretty intuitive software, but still, I found ways to fumble around, of course. Also, you can change the size of your drawing pixels, which is, you know, pretty freaking neato. Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it. I think it's missing just a few tools, but for the most part, you should be able to use this. And remember, it's not just limited to 32 by 32. You can change it if you want, like if you want to do an entire scene or like a full HD freaking pixel image, which is intense, you can do that and change it. So Piskel, think overall, is the easiest to use and still one of the most flexible pixel art tools out there that gives you the tools not just to work with video games, but also to just export as like media. If you like making just pixel art, just as GIFs, as images, you know, like with my avatar, you know, stuff like that, you can totally do that. So 21 minutes, and I think we've shown off all of Piskel. So if you guys have made anything in Piskel, please leave it in the comments below. Love to see what you have done. And you can just look around my channel to see all the stuff that I've done, and I will continue to do. Thanks for watching, guys. My name is Skylant. This was Piskel. Check it out. Links in the description below, and I'll see you again next time.